What's up guys? Yes, hello, this is your regular live enthusiastic Jomie Hospital, that's Jomie, and it's time for another episode of Q for J. This segment where I get to answer your stupid and boring questions as interestingly as possible. I'm just kidding. Joanna Montenegro would like to ask, nganong guwapo man si Liza Subirano o guwapo man si Enrique Hill? Recent research suggests that there are a number of universal agreements about our perception of human beauty, and one of them is facial symmetry. Subjectively, Joanna, Liza and Enrique are good-looking people on your perception probably because they have a face which is equal on both sides, which is an apparent verification that good genes can be found in their bodies. So think of the wonderful babies that they can make together. Adrian Maglinte would like to ask, paano bang magmahal? Palagi bang nasasaktan? I was quite confused when two people asked me this same question last week, and it wasn't until I watched the movie The Breakup playlist with my brothers this week that things started to actually make sense. I mean, the movie is really heartwarming and oddly gripping that you'll never really notice the amount of time you've spent watching it. And although the movie remained faithful to its title, I may have to say that it lacked character build-up and valid conflict resolution. But the movie is still great, and we actually have quality bromance time which made the movie somehow memorable. And while my brothers are here in the city, they helped me answer Ravina Ferrer's question, why do they call a cowboy if he's riding a horse? They are traditionally called cowboys because they tend and herd cattle, not horses on a ranch. But yes, since they are riding on horseback, I think it would actually make sense to also call them horseboy. But I would love to call them cowboys, so let's just stick to that. James Anda would like to ask, if you're going to have the power to revive one dead president of the Philippines, who would it be and why? Now, if I were to have the power to revive one dead president of the Philippines, it would have to be President Ramon Magsaysay, primarily because I grew up listening to stories and how he would visit random houses and eat ginamos with the locals, which is basically the reason why he was so loved with the masses. In our present condition, I really think that we need a leader who doesn't think highly of himself, someone who can create a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, like Ramon Magsaysay. Weng would like to ask, kinsay mong iboto sa pagka-presidente o vice-presidente sunod tuig? I would definitely vote for Duterte as president and Grace Poe as vice president, mainly because our country needs a total disciplinarian as a father and a mother who can keep things at bay. I think that they would make a really great tandem. R.D. Tomlinson would like to ask, given the chance to travel through time, what would you prefer, to go back in the past or go ahead in the future? I would rather go see the future because I want to be constantly surprised by new human interventions, and going back in the past would not really allow me to do that. Plus, I also want to explore new galaxies, which I think is possible in the future. I'm a big Interstellar fan! Jade Alpad would like to ask, anong gagawin mo kung magtatanggal ng damit sa harapan mo ang isang Daniel Padilla? Like, duh, we all know that Daniel Padilla is the most bankable artist in Philippine show business, and it's not really all the time that he gets to strip down naked in front of me, so I'll probably use my camera and take a photo of him and sell this picture to young girls for a just and fair price. There's a reason why I took business. Rachel Lapalas would like to ask, if you were to put yourself on Andrea Brillante's shoes, how would you deal with the scandal about that viral video? Now, one good way to handle a scandal is to staunchly refuse to address it for the reason that eventually it will die. Every new statement can mean another day for a scandal. But if it's not really me in the video, I would do everything in my power to actually explain what happened. But seriously, you don't need to worry or deal with a scandal if you haven't filmed it in the first place. Don't do that, people. Jan Valderrama would like to ask, if you suddenly found yourself turned into a woman, how would you spend your day? Now, this question is really interesting because I kind of had a huge crush with someone in high school before, and he said that if I were a girl, he would definitely court me. And that kind of admiration falls shortly on my could-have-been list. So if I were to become a woman in one day, I would love to spend it with him. You know who you are. I'm feeling a little nostalgic about puppy love. Earl Cabillion would like to ask, is an egg a fruit or a vegetable? How about neither? Because an egg is an unborn embryo of a chicken, and both fruits and vegetables are part of the plant classes, and an egg is not. You probably mean eggplant. So that's it for this week's Q4J, and I'm very proud to present to you the first JUMEGO of the week who has the best answer to last week's question, would you rather have spaghetti for hair or cactus for hands? He's no other than Junel Tuan, and he said that I pick spaghetti for hair because for one, spaghetti is delish, and two, I can't do the deed with cactus hands. It's a really interesting answer you got there, Janelle. Keep it up! And also keep the comments coming, and be sure to give this video a massive thumbs up. If you want to see last week's episode of Q4J, click right there. And if you want to see the first episode of Dear Dr. Gugma, which debuted last week, woohoo! Click right there. And if you want to be the next JUMEGO of the week, all you need to do is to go to my page, answer the question of the week like Janelle did. The link can be seen below. Once again, thank you for watching. This is Jomie Hospital saying, mahal ko kayo. God bless you. How about neither? Because an egg is an unborn plant of an embryo. Cut. It's a cut.